Hi everyone, I'm Laura and I'm here with Naomi, who works across Digital Spy, Cosmo, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere in the company. And she's literally just landed from the Love Island villa, so I'm going to grill her on all the goss.
As you can see, too much sun.
Too much sun.
Too much
Did you wear
sangria,
sun cream?
A little bit. And too much sea.
Wow, that sounds so dreamy. I'm really jealous. So anyway, let's talk about the contestants because there's quite a mixed bag. I'm still learning their names, as I'm sure you all are at home as well. Can you tell me who your favourite was first?
Well,
did you have a favourite?
I've got a feeling that Amy, the cabin crew manager,
yes,
who and Joe, aka the Sandwich Man.
Sandwich Man. He keeps calling himself that.
Because apparently during his audition to kind of impress people, he brought sandwiches along.
Right. Did he make these sandwiches?
Yeah, he makes sandwiches.
So I'm getting like Jack Fincham Penn vibes. Are we going to be hearing like, oh, I'm a Penn salesman?
I think a bit more like Nathan, former Islander.
Why? What did he say?
Well, no, I just said he reminded me a bit of him.
And
also, I think he could be like a potential winner. I think he and Amy might get this. That's probably going to be completely
No, I like
not right.
fan theory. Go with it.
That Amy and Joe, they seem quite similar, quite down to earth, quite funny, quite self-deprecating. I feel like maybe they could hit it off.
If they actually pair up on Monday night, I'm going to be WhatsApping you. Be like, you called it.
Yeah, so
cool.
I really like those two. I really like Amy. Thought she was really good fun, and she was really chatty, and quite funny. And
I guess she's dealing, if she's working on aeroplanes and stuff, she's probably just used to dealing with people, isn't she? So she's probably quite.
Although,
sociable.
obviously she was saying that she was a real fan of Piers Morgan. Apparently he was a really lovely passenger.
Maybe she's just saying that though because she knows that when they come out they tend to go on Good Morning Britain, and he has been very vocal about his dislike of Love Islanders. So maybe she's just trying to butter him up.
She did joke that obviously he's not a Love Island fan, so that might upset him that she really liked him, but I'm sure he'll probably be talking about it.
The fandom. It'll be fine.
I'm trying to think who else. So I really like those two. I quite like Michael, the firefighter.
See, I really liked him too in the VT, because I obviously haven't met them yet. You have the benefit of that. But from the VT, I liked him up until the point he was like, I think he said something like, I'm a 10 out of 10 because I'm a hero, and who doesn't want a real hero? And I was a bit like, you can't call yourself a hero though. Like, fair enough, being a firefighter, that is an amazing job, and yes, obviously, props to firefighters out there, but you shouldn't be calling yourself a hero.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know.
I quite like that he said that he plans to go back to his job when the show finishes.
We'll see. I've heard that before.
But I think he's going to be really popular with the girls.
I'm sure I'll love him, because I always struggle to connect to them before it actually starts, and then as soon as it starts, I end up like loving most of them.
Also, when we speak to them, of course they're nervous. It's a kind of abnormal environment. We're sitting in a conference room in a hotel with no windows, sort of sat round. So it's a bit like, The Apprentice or something.
Intense. Being grilled.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously they're nervous, and but hopefully he was a bit nervous, but I think he might be quite good fun on the show. Anton, I think the girls are going to have to look out, because I think he is going to be, he said he's got a medical condition called a wandering eye.
Dear.
I know.
What a cheesy line.
I know, so I think he might be like Adam from last year, as in I think he might
cause some dramas.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we don't know who the bombshells are, do we?
No.
At this stage.
No.
Generally speaking, they send like an even number in, and then right at the end of episode 1, they throw in a bombshell, don't they?
Yeah.
So maybe he'll be the bombshell if he's got a wandering eye.
I don't know whether I can say this, but apparently one of the contestants said that their cheat meal was a salad but with prawns.
What?
Yeah. I mean, personally,
a
that's
bit
not what I
worrying.
would call a cheat meal.
That's like a normal...
And maybe some chicken.
That's like a snack for me. Followed by a loaf of bread.
And a Domino's pizza.
Oh dear.
Yeah. That's just what I heard on the grapevine. He didn't actually say it to us, so it might be wrong. Oh, it was a bit juicy from Lucy. I didn't do that on purpose.
Juicy Lucy.
Because she said she dated Charlie.
Yes.
Charlie
Frederick from last year, who, if I remember rightly, was only in it for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he wasn't in it for long.
Because he partnered up with Hayley.
Oh yeah, and then got pied.
And then they got dumped, and then
there
was that really awkward after-sun interview where he basically blamed her for the reason why he'd been booted out. They did not like each other.
What's strange is that he's now come out to say that he didn't have a relationship with her.
Oh, has he? I know he's basically said that she was using him for fame.
Well, okay.
Oh.
That's not how we heard it.
Okay.
Because apparently she said she went on holiday with him and met his whole family.
Someone telling porkies.
So they went away together, I think, to Portugal for like the surfing thing. Yeah, she's met his mum and his family, so I don't know what's going on there.
Oh.
And obviously we didn't say anything to her about what he's been saying.
No, of course, can't.
So it'll be interesting to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But she seemed really, really sweet, really friendly, and because I felt like her kind of profile, she came across as a bit kind of like, oh, I'm a guy's girl. You know, come on, be a girl's girl.
I never really know what that means.
I think it means get on with guys, not girls. And I just don't think that's the right attitude.
So one of the most talked about Islanders so far has been Curtis, it's probably fair to say, because he is AJ Pritchard's from Strictly's brother.
Yeah.
What was he like?
And Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
On Ireland.
I know he's a professional dancer, but I can't remember off the top of my head what shows.
Well, he was quite an interesting one because he was very guarded.
Interesting.
A little bit cagey. Because I asked him, which I think is a perfectly reasonable question, is that because he is well known, and especially because of that awful incident with the brawl and
that was awful.
You know, and they were speaking out about that, and because of his profession and his brother, you know, he is well known. So I just asked him whether he thought, is that going to be quite strange going into a house where people will recognise you? It's not like Marcel, you know, Blazing Squad, like, you know. I mean, I would have recognised him, but like, So I just asked him that, and he was just like, I haven't really thought about it. I haven't really thought about March, was his reply to most of my questions.
Interesting.
So I think maybe he is quite protective, which is fair enough.
Yeah. Maybe he'll like come out of his shell.
So, and I know that he's been compared to Dr. Alex.
Has he?
And I wonder if he is going to last a long time, because I'm just not sure whether...
Why has he been compared to Dr. Alex?
Maybe because, are they saying, or maybe I just made that up, but it's kind of a bit awkward. He's not as kind of vivacious and like excited. He didn't come across as excited and like, I don't know.
He's a bit more chill. He's a bit more...
Not even chilled. I think he's just quite holding back because he's just very guarded and of his family and himself. But then maybe this isn't the right show for him, because I think you need to be go in a bit more like you're going to have a good time.
Interesting.
Yeah, cool. That's all I've got to say about Curtis.
Naomi's hot take right there.
It's probably completely wrong, but who else? Oh, Tommy.
Yeah, tell me about Tommy.
Well, so I heard that apparently he dumped his girlfriend to go on the show.
Well, this is the like allegation that's doing the rounds in the tabloids at the moment.
Well, that's not what he told us.
Well, that is
Laura.
Not what
he said
told Naomi.
that he, because I asked him, was a bit sneaky. Obviously, didn't mention any stories about his ex, but he said he hadn't had a girlfriend for 8 months and that he's only really had one relationship.
Interesting.
And I believed him, so. I mean, he seemed like he's only 20 as well.
Yeah, he's young. I mean, they're all young, but
But actually, he seemed older than that. He's quite kind of, I don't know, maybe because of his career and
beyond his years.
Yeah.
Is he a wise owl? Do you think people are going to go to him for like advice and stuff?
Everyone thinks he will get with Anna got a lot of Instagram followers, and a semi kind of famous influencer sister who was rumoured to be going in. And she was really interesting because she was saying that, you know, her family, her background.
She's a pharmacist as well, isn't she? Yeah.
And it's very academic, and her family, you know, either do medicine, dentistry, or pharmacy. But I think she was saying that her family kind of okay with her now not wanting to do that. She doesn't want to go back to that. I think she wants to do something with beauty, and yeah, so I think maybe her, although I think she's 28, isn't she? So maybe
I think she's one of the old.
But people think
ones.
that she might get with Tommy. She might quite fancy him. I think she was, quite interesting. She was saying that her dad had left her loads of political messages in her suitcase, and we were a bit like, oh,
political messages.
And then like one of them was like, tell everyone how women have been oppressed in the Middle East for like hundreds and thousands, whatever years. And but she said she wasn't going to be political in there.
I'd love that though.
I know.
That would be like
really,
Camilla vibes.
I know.
Like, yeah.
I know.
Let's have some more debates about who should pay on dates and whether feminism is needed.
Yeah, so I thought that was...
Oh, that reminds me of that excruciating conversation between Camilla and Johnny Mitchell last year. Oh.
He's like, woman doesn't pay. She just doesn't pay.
But also
she doesn't have a choice.
Like, I don't think inequality exists anymore.
I know. Oh yeah, that bit was good.
But we need more. I like that kind of conversation in the villa.
I don't think she's going to bring it. I think she said that she wasn't, you know, that's not of interest to her. Oh yeah, also I forgot to say that Michael said he's got a lot of famous friends, but he wouldn't tell us who they were.
Oh.
But he dropped it.
I want the name dropping, please.
But he said, but then we sort of pushed it a bit, and he said that they were footballers, so I don't know if I'd know who they were anyway.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either. Unless it was like...
He said they were really famous.
David Beckham.
Well, I don't.
I know.
It might be different age
I know who he
group,
is.
But because he also said that they gave him really good advice how to handle fame, post Love Island.
I wondered where that sentence was going, because I thought we haven't had a footballer in the villa as far as
Jack Fowler, semi-professional.
Oh yeah,
wasn't he? Who else? Sharif was quite interesting because he sort of caught up in the whirlwind, because I think he was scouted by a producer near ITV's building offices.
Just pulled off the street. Like,
he said he was like ordering his like...
Why has this not happened to us yet? I mean, I know that neither of us are single
those days
anymore.
are long gone for me. But I mean, you're still in with a shout, I'm sure. But he was ordering his lunch, and someone just tapped him on the shoulder and was like, "Do you want to? Have you heard of Love Island?" He was like, "Yeah." Actually, I think he said he's never watched Love Island before, but he caught up on some series.
Lots of people say that.
No, I think he really hasn't, because I think he's a bit like really excited. But I think because he said it was 3 weeks and 2 days since the whole thing started for him, from buying his chicken in wherever the market was, and then coming.
I feel like after this little tip, we're going to have loads of people just hanging around outside ITV buying their lunch, hoping to get scouted.
So I thought that was quite interesting. The scientist, she's very impressive, and I think a lot of the Love Island people, producers, publicists have fallen in love with her a lot. I asked her a question about what her job as a scientist entailed, and I cannot give you like one word of what she said, because I was just like,
oh wow.
I don't. She's really impressive, and sort of wondering, like, why
don't
she...
say it. I was waiting for you to
But I think what the producers were saying, like, it's really interesting. We've got such a varied mixture of people with like some really impressive jobs, some really normal jobs. That's what they said, you know, and that's what they want to represent is. But I mean,
it makes for interesting conversations.
It does, but you know,
as long as no one asks about trees and Brexit again, we'll be all right.
Yeah, we didn't ask about that.
So Callum
is an aircraft engineer.
And what's that?
You know what? I learnt my lesson.
Don't ask.
Don't ask, because you're just not going to understand.
It sounds complicated.
But yeah, and I think he couldn't get leave, so he had to quit his job. But I'm sure, you know,
sure a lot of people would be prepared to do that for potentially 8 weeks in the sunshine.
But yeah, maybe he didn't. I didn't really get a massive kind of
quite quiet
impression. Yeah, I think he might be popular though with the girls. Maybe he's quite smooth.
I haven't heard that. It's a describing word. It's a smooth.
Juicy Lucy. For God's sake, what's wrong? But yeah, I think because we were also saying, might need to cut this out, is that the contestants actually look so much more different on, the press release, the photos.
I always think that
in the flesh.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this either because it's a bit like I'm slagging it off, but the press pictures are always super cringe in my opinion.
Yeah.
On that coloured backdrop. And
I don't think they give a good.
But it's just, I don't know, it just feels very staged and very overly glossy, and you don't really get much from it.
And with Callum, I thought he was like, looked completely different.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like that with quite a lot of them.
I thought that about Megan Barton-Hanson last year when they released her press shot. I mean, she looked great in both of them, don't get me wrong, but to me, she looked completely different when she walked into the villa compared to what she looked like in her press shot. She was quite sassy in real life as well, which again didn't come across. I love Megan.
Yeah. Amber. So she's friends with Adam and Ellie from last year.
Is she from Newcastle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a lovely accent, Newcastle accent. She was very sweet. Again, maybe it's kind of like nerves. I didn't really. I'm sure she'll be really popular.
So you went to the villa.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Are they making any changes?
Well, the one big change is that they've moved the hot tub from the garden into the hideaway, but the outside sort of veranda bit of the hideaway. So
I wonder why they've done that.
I know. Well, what works? What's more amazing to seduce someone than a hot tub and a glass of prosecco? And actually, there's a secret little compartment in the hideaway near the bed that another journalist found. She opened it up and there was a bottle of prosecco and some chocolate-covered strawberries. So maybe they'll be like stashing
chocolate-covered strawberries. Romance is not dead.
Well, exactly. Imagine that in a hot tub with
lovely
glass of prosecco.
Very nice.
What I also found quite surprising, probably isn't new or even interesting at all, is the amount of plastic plants. Loads of plastic plants everywhere.
I guess you don't have to maintain them. You don't have to water
but I just
them.
thought there was like a real flower. Literally crawling across like the the walkway before the little outdoor kitchen.
Yeah.
And then they replicated that with a plastic plant. I just thought it's just quite a lot of
random
plastic. Because it's so pretty and the view's so beautiful from the infinity pool. And then I just thought, why not real? Continue. Oh my God. I think we're done. So.
I mean, is that
and the
astroturf
as well.
All that plastic.
I know. It's not what I want, in that remote part of Spain. Plastic plants. Also, what I thought was interesting, which obviously everyone knows, but is that they're only allowed 2 small glasses of wine.
Yeah, their alcohol is limited.
I know, occasionally they have dates where they have prosecco or whatever, but so actually, I think a lot of the time I just don't really drink at all because they're like, oh, just 2 small glasses of wine.
Also, I don't know about you, but if I'm out in the sun all day, 1 glass of wine is enough for me. I don't think I need any more than that.
Well, but
and they have sangria. I'm always so jealous of that when they go on
I think still they're only allowed 2 small glasses. Yeah. So I think probably a lot of them just don't drink at all. But you must think, that's quite hard. If you're they go on dates and stuff, and also it's really sunny and they're outside. You think, So I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought that they're probably sober for 8 weeks.
God forbid.
Help.
So before we wrap up, any final thoughts? You've already shipped one couple.
Yeah.
Is there anyone
Sandwich
else
Man.
that you're calling straight away?
Well,
Who
like-
do you think might be the first to go home based on your first impressions? It's a bit harsh, but we'll go there.
Curtis.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Ooh. So that's everything from us. So make sure you keep an eye on digitalspy.com because we will be talking about all things Love Island for the entire time that the show is on. We'll have all of the latest news and gossip. And make sure, if you like the video, to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.